Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with the concepts of C. All of you must be knowing that C was developed by Dennis Ritchie and it is a middle level language. Though we have two types of languages, high level and low level. But why is C said to be a middle level language? Because of the use of pointers in it. Although it is high level, but as you gradually move to the chapter of pointers, it turns into a low level language, and that is why it is said to be a middle level language. But basically today we are going to start with the basic concepts that what are the header files which are used in C, and how do we start a programming in C, and the use of ternary operator. So all of you who are in college and doing BTech or BCMC, they must be knowing that whenever you are writing a program in C, you have to use hash include. What is this hash? Hash is actually a preprocessor directive, which means that before compilation of your program, the C programming is going to move to the include folder and take this header file stdio.h from it, so that whatever functions we have used in our program, they all can be used. So include is actually a folder which is present with C. Here I am using the other header file also, conio. And most of you who are using Interdave or some other C softwares, they must be saying that we do not use conio.h and it is not available there. It's okay. Conio.h I am using because I am using Turbo C++, and in conio.h we get three header files. We get three functions: go to xy, get ch, and clr scr. And in stdio.h presently I'll be using only two functions in this program, printf and scanf, though it has got many other functions. So don't worry if I'm using conio.h and there is no need to give comments or anything like that conio.h is not there in my software or whatever. Different softwares have got different header files. The most important header file is stdio.h, which we have included. The full form of stdio.h is standard input output header file, and the full form of conio.h is console input output header file. Okay, now we are going to use void main. What is void main? Basically, when it is asked, you have to say it is a driver function of a program. Without a driver, a car or any vehicle cannot be driven. Similarly, without main, your program is completely useless for the compiler of C. So it is said to be a driver function. And if I am using here clr scr, it means to clear the screen. And printf, I am writing welcome to C. And then I am using here get ch. Now if I run this program with Control F9, there is a single code that has come up here. That is why it is said to be a compiler based language. Even if there is a single error, it will never give you the output. The output that I am getting is welcome to C. This is why the output has waited on the screen, because of get ch. Get ch waits for a key press after showing the output. And clr scr is used to clear the screen. Whenever you run the program, you do not get the output of the previous program. Now, if suppose I want that welcome to C should be printed somewhere in the center of the screen, so I'll be using go to xy with a column number and a row number, 35 column number and 10 line number. And if I run it, welcome to C is coming somewhat in the center of the screen. So go to xy function is also provided by conio.h. So we have seen that all the three functions of conio.h I have used here: clr scr, go to xy, and get ch. Those of you who are using other softwares, they will not have this facility. and they can use other functions which we are not going to discuss in this video. We are going to discuss only about Turbo C++ on which I am working. Now suppose we have to enter two numbers and find the sum. So how we are going to do? We are first of all going to declare here three variables precisely, because in first two variables we are going to say enter two numbers. So we will say enter two numbers. And with scanf, scanf is a function to take input. %d is a conversion character or a control character to check that the input that you are giving is exactly an integer. %d is for taking integer values only. We are going to use an address of A and address of B. Why address? And means address. Whenever we declare variables, they have got memory space in the memory, and that space has got some number or address. So whenever you are taking some input with this first %d, if you are taking an input, this input will go to the address of A in the memory and drop it there. Similarly, the second %d will take the other input and drop it at the address of B. Now C is going to add the values of A and B, so we need not write here address of A and address of B. We do not need to add the addresses, we need the values. And then with printf, we are going to write the sum is %d C. So if we run this program, naturally it will come in the center because I have given here go to xy, and here I am giving some inputs 35 and 25, and I got the answer as the sum is 60. This was just a simple example, and now here comes the concept of tokens. What are the tokens that have been used in this program, and what are tokens basically? See, tokens are the basic individual units of a program without which you cannot construct a program. And naturally in my program I have been using here 5 tokens. Void is a keyword. The first token that I am discussing is a keyword. Void is a keyword, int is a keyword, and keywords have a special meaning in C. So void and int will tell the compiler that they have most importance in the programming language. Void means it will not return a value, and those of you who are using int main, they have to write instead of getch return 0. Most of the students, they say we write here return 0. You can write that also. It's not a problem. But keywords are the words that have a special meaning for C. And then the names that I have given to my variables A, B, C, that is an identifier, the name that we give to any variable, function, etc. This name can also be preceded by an underscore if I want. Then everywhere in the program I'll have to use underscore A and underscore B. So everywhere it will be used. That means you can start your variable names or identifiers with underscores also. So if I run this program again, I'll have no errors. Instead it will run as it was running previously. I'll give two numbers. One is 45 that I'm giving, and the other is 35. And because I've used return 0, I'm not getting the output. It came back immediately. With Alt F5, I can go back and see the output 80. Right. So the second token that I have used is an identifier. The third token that I am using everywhere is semicolon, then a comma, then curly braces, the circular brackets. These are all what? Punctuators. Then comes literals. The value that I have used here, 35 and 10, they are the literal values. The values that behave as fixed data items, they are literals. Then comes operators. The operators that I have used here are equal to, which is an assignment operator, and plus, which is an arithmetic operator. and of course the AND, which is an address of operator. So you can see yourself that all the 5 tokens I have used here in C language. That means I have used here the keyword int. Return is also a keyword as it is highlighted in white. Then I have used identifier ABC. I have used here now underscore A underscore B. The identifiers cannot start with numbers. If you want to use numbers, you can write underscore A1. Next is I have used here punctuators, semicolon, curly braces, circular brackets, commas and all. They are all punctuators. And then I have used here 2 operators. One is the arithmetic operator plus and the other is assignment operator equal to. Now we have to use a ternary operator. We have to concentrate on that. So let's look at that also. Suppose after taking these 2 numbers, I want to find out the greatest of them. Ternary is what? Ternary operator is question mark colon, which is also known as conditional operator. It is a shortcut to if else. In one line only you can carry on your condition checking. So if I want to find out the greatest of A and B, I'll write here underscore A greater than underscore B. Question mark. It means if A is greater than B, then question mark means then take the value of A, give it to C, else take the value of B and give it to C. And then with printf you can write the greatest is %dc. Now since I have used here int main, I'll write return 0. So with C, this line is actually the ternary operator statement, this one. Here I have used in a shortcut, if A is greater than B, then A's value will go to C, else B's value will go to C. So which variable knows the greatest? C knows the greatest. Now if I run this program, I'll remove from here, go to expire. And if I run it, okay, oh, for example, I told you underscore A1, that's why it's giving an error. Now if I run this program and it's asking enter 2 numbers, I'll be writing here 56 and 78. And if I go back and see, the greatest is 78. Right? Let's see one more program. Let's look at a program in which we have to take 3 numbers and find out the greatest. So I have used a scanf 3 times, %d. I have taken 3 variables. And now with the help of ternary operator, in this I need a 4th variable d. And here with the help of d, I am checking in the ternary operator. If A is greater than B and A greater than C, then A should be the answer. Colon means else, else if B is greater than A and B is greater than C, then B should be the answer, else C. The last variable is never checked in ternary. After that I am printing here the greatest number is D, because D will be knowing which is the greatest. So how we have done? Take it as a simple if else. If A is greater than B and A greater than C, then A should be the answer given to D. Else, colon means else if B is greater than A and B greater than C, then B should be given to D, else C. If none of them is true, then C should be the answer. So now here comes the greatest number is D. Let's run it and we'll see the output. Yeah, because I haven't used a underscore B. So now if we run it, we are going to give you the message I did not change. The message is enter 2 numbers, but we have to enter 3 numbers basically. Message has to be changed. So the greatest number that I have found in my program is 9. After taking 5, 8, 9, the greatest is 9. Now let's see, if we want to take a number and if it is negative, we have to convert it to a positive value using ternary. So we'll be taking here a address of underscore a as an input, and here it will be enter a number. We need not use 4 variables at a time. We'll take a simple variable b. And after that, I have to check if a is negative. How do we check a negative number? We'll write if underscore a is less than 0. Any value less than 0 as a negative number, then question mark means then you have to convert it into a positive value using into -1. Any negative value can be converted to a positive value by multiplying with a -1, else a will be the answer. If a is positive, let it be as it is, and the greatest number will be stored in, the positive value will be stored in b. So we'll not write here the message, the greatest is, we'll say the absolute value or the positive value is %d, and we'll write here b. That means what we did in our ternary operator, if a is negative, less than 0, then we'll multiply it with -1. It turns to a positive value and then it will be given to b. Else a, if it is positive, it will remain as it is and will be given to b. So let's run it and see the output. I think I should remove the underscore a because I'm just literally forgetting it, how to use again and again. Make it a simple a. So if I give here -9 and if I try to look back, the answer given is 9. The value was -9 and the positive value that I got is 9. This is to convert a negative number to a positive value. And if we have to check if a number is negative, then we should print it is negative, else it is positive, just in the form of a message. In that case, in printf only we can use our ternary operator by using %s. %s is a conversion character to print a string as a message. So we'll write a less than 0, question mark. Then we'll write negative. This %s will print this message negative on the screen, else positive. Now if I run this program and I give a number in a negative, -9 again, with Alt F5 I'll see I got the answer as negative. And if I run this program again and I give some positive value like 8, and if I see it back, I'll get the answer as positive. Similarly, if I want to check if a number is even or odd, for even we'll be using a modulus 2 is double equal to 0. Why modulus 2? Modulus is a sign to check the remainder. If we divide a number by 2, we'll get the answer in 0. Definitely it will be an even number. So we'll write here even number. This is possible only because of %s that we can write our full messages, and that too the ternary operator is enclosed in printf, odd number. And now if we run this program, we'll see if we are giving some number, so we will see it is an even number by running it again, and we see even number. So hope you have understood the basic concepts of ternary operator. We'll be coming up with more videos on if else and more programs on it. If you have understood it, press the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.